Hello, everybody. As you know, nowadays we are discussing the general studies paper of UPSC Civil Services Preliminary Examination held in June 2022. Normally, we discuss 5 questions in a day, and today I am going to discuss the next 5 questions. All the 5 questions which we will discuss today are related with the Indian history. So, let us start our discussion with the first question of today. The question is consider the following freedom fighters: Barindra Kumar Ghosh, Jogesh Chandra Chatterjee, Rash Behari Bose. Which of the above were actively associated with the Ghadar Party? So, names of three freedom fighters of India have been given, and we have to see which of the given three freedom fighters was or were actively associated with the Ghadar Party. So, one is Barindra Kumar Ghosh. So Barindra Kumar Ghosh was related with the Jugantar Party, and his name was nominated in Alipore bomb case. He was not associated with Ghadar Party, so this is wrong. Jogesh Chandra Chatterjee, he was associated with the Anushilan Samiti, Hindustan Republican Association (HRA), and he was also not associated with the Ghadar Party, so this is wrong. Rash Behari Bose was associated with Ghadar Party. So our answer becomes D, that is 3 only. So now we will have a little information about the three freedom fighters which have been mentioned there in the question. So first, Barindra Kumar Ghosh. He was an Indian revolutionary and journalist born in England. He was the younger brother of Sri Aurobindo Ghosh. Sri Aurobindo Ghosh is a very well-known name in the national movement of India, and Barindra Kumar Ghosh was his younger brother. Got military training from Baroda, actively associated with Jatindranath Banerjee, a prominent freedom fighter, also known as Nirlamba Swami. So there was a freedom fighter known as Jatindranath Banerjee, and his other name was Nirlamba Swami. And it is said that Barindra Kumar Ghosh was associated with this person. In 1906, he published Jugantar, a Bengali weekly. So Jugantar was published by Barindra Kumar Ghosh. It was a weekly paper. It was published in Bengali, and it its publication started in 1906 after the partition of Bengal. Along with Jatindranath Mukherjee, Bagha Jatin, he was instrumental in recruiting young revolutionaries. So there was another person who was involved in the freedom movement of India. His name was Jatindranath Mukherjee, and he was also known as Bagha Jatin. And in association with Bagha Jatin, Barindra Kumar Ghosh was instrumental in recruiting the young revolutionaries for the national movement of India. Along with other freedom fighters, he was arrested in 1906. So, some other freedom fighters, including Mr. Barinder Kumar Ghosh, were arrested by the police in 1908, and this Barinder Kumar Ghosh, along with Ullaskar Dutta, who was a member of Jugantar Party, both were sentenced to death in the Alipore bomb case. As I have already told you that Barinder Kumar Ghosh was nominated in Alipore bomb case, and along with him was Ullaskar Dutta, who was a member of the Jugantar Party. But his death sentence was reduced to the life imprisonment with the intervention of Deshbandhu Chittranjan Das. So in 1909, he was deported to Cellular Jail in Andaman. So this was in brief about Barindra Kumar Ghosh. So next is Jogesh Chandra Chatterjee. He was born in 1895. Initially, he joined Anushilan Samiti of Bengal. Later, he became part of the Hindustan Republican Association founded by Ram Prasad Bismil. So, Hindustan Republican Association, whose member was Jogesh Chandra Chatterjee, that was founded by Ram Prasad Bismil. It's important. Later, he joined Revolutionary Socialist Party, and in 1956 he was elected to Rajya Sabha on the ticket of Congress Party. Rash Behari Bose. He was born in 1886 after getting acquainted with Jatin Mukherjee, Bagha Jatin. He got involved with the revolutionary freedom fighters in Bengal. So Rash Behari Bose came in contact with the Jatin Mukherjee, that is Bagha Jatin, and uh, then he became involved in the revolutionary freedom fighters of Bengal. Later he turned to Ghadar movement. So later he joined the Ghadar movement, and in 1915 he escaped to Japan. There he kept on participating in the India's freedom struggle, and he died in 1945 at Tokyo in Japan. So this was all about the three freedom fighters whose name were mentioned in the question. So the next question is with reference to the proposal of Cripps Mission, consider the following statements. The Constituent Assembly would have members nominated by the provincial assemblies as well as the princely states. So, one of the mandate of the Cripps Mission was to discuss the draft document or draft proposal for the Constituent Assembly of India with the leaders of various political parties in India. So among the important proposals, so there was one proposal that was related with the Constituent Assembly. So the statement given in this question is that Constituent Assembly would have nominated members. Yes, nominated as well as elected, both types of members were there in the Cripps Mission proposal regarding the Constituent Assembly. But what is mentioned here that nominated by the provincial assemblies as well as princely states. Actually, the members from the provincial assemblies were to be elected and those from the princely states were to be nominated. So in this context, the first statement is wrong. So second, any province which is not prepared to accept the new constitution would have the right to sign a separate agreement with Britain regarding its future status. So any province, let's suppose X province doesn't accept the new constitution, and then the province would have an option to enter into a separate agreement with the British government for the determination of its future status. So this statement is correct. So therefore answer becomes B, that is only second statement is correct. So let us know in brief about the proposals of the Cripps Mission. So first, Cripps Mission came to India in 1942. I think everybody knows about it. It was to discuss the British government's draft declaration on the Constitution of India with representative Indian leaders from all parties. Okay. So till now, the British government was ready to set up a constituent assembly in India, and the Cripps Mission came to India to discuss the draft declaration of the British government with the leaders of various political parties in India. So proposals of the Cripps Mission. The first proposal was setting up an Indian Dominion. It would have the freedom to remain with the British Commonwealth or to secede from it, and it would also be at liberty to take part in international organizations. So, first proposal was that an Indian dominion would be created, and that Indian dominion would be given freedom to decide whether to remain in the British Commonwealth or not. Okay, and that Indian dominion would also be free to take decision regarding participation or joining various international organizations. A constituent assembly would be formed which would have both elected and nominated members. So proposal was there to set up a constituent assembly with both elected as well as nominated members. The members that uh, were supposed to come from the provincial assemblies were to be elected, and those which were supposed to come from the princely states were nominated. Any province which is not prepared to accept the new constitution would have the right to sign a separate agreement with the Britain regarding its future status. So this we have already discussed. So this was about the Cripps Mission and its proposals. Next question is with reference to Indian history, consider the following texts. So name of some texts have been given. So one is Nettipakarana, and second is Parishishtaparvan. The third is that is Avadanashataka, and the fourth one is Trishashtilakshana Mahapurana. So these are the four names related with the ancient texts which have been given here. So we need to check which of the following are Jaina texts. So which of the given names are Jain texts related with the Jainism. So the first, as far as the first is concerned, this is wrong. This was related with the Buddhism. And as far as the second is concerned, Parishishtaparvan, yes, it was related with Jainism. And third, which is there, right? Avadanashataka, yes, this was related with the Buddhism. And as far as the fourth is concerned, that is the Trishashtilakshana Mahapurana. So yes, this was related with the Jainism. So the correct answer becomes B, that is 2 and 4 only are correct. So some information about it, right? So Nettipakarana was a Buddhist text. It contained Buddhist teachings. And Parishishtaparvan was a Jain text. It contained history of earlier Jain teachers. And then there is a Avadanashataka was a Buddhist text. It related with the biographical stories of Buddha, related with Buddha. Then there is a Trishashtilakshana Mahapurana. It was a Jain text. It is a Jain text. Major Jain text composed during the Rashtrakut rulers. So this was about this. So the two means this one is the Parishishtaparvan, and the second is, you can say, this is a that is the Trishashtilakshana Mahapurana. So these two are Jain texts. So next question, that is with reference to Indian history, consider the following pairs. So Aryadeva, Jain scholar, Dignaga, Buddhist scholar, and Nathamuni, Vaishnava scholar. So as far as the first is concerned, this is wrong. And second, Dignaga, Buddhist scholar, yes, this is correct. And Nathamuni, Vaishnava scholar, yes, this is correct. So out of the given three pairs, two pairs are correct. So our answer becomes C here. Okay. So information about these. So Aryadeva was a Mahayana Buddhist monk, and Dignaga, Buddhist scholar, and Nathamuni, a Vaishnava scholar. So next question, that is with reference to Indian history, consider the following statements. The first Mongol invasion of India happened during the reign of Jalal-ud-din Khalji. This statement is wrong. Second is during the reign of Alauddin Khalji, one Mongol assault marched up to Delhi and besieged the city. Yes, this statement is correct. And Muhammad-bin-Tughlaq temporarily lost portions of northwest of his kingdom to Mongols. This is wrong. So the correct statement is only 2. So a brief explanation. The first Mongol invasion of India occurred when the Mongols were pursuing Jalaluddin Mangbarani of Khwarizm, which ran to India in 2021. Okay, actually the Mongols were pursuing Mr. This Jalaluddin, right, Mangbarani, and he ran to India, and they came to India while pursuing Jalaluddin. Next, during the reign of Alauddin Khilji, Mongols invaded India and put a siege around Delhi in 1303. So, second statement was correct in the question. So, this was all about the 5 questions which we were to discuss today. I hope the answers to these questions would be clear to you, and the discussion, in your opinion, would be convincing. So if anybody has any doubt or query related with this, you can put in the comment box. I will definitely answer your queries. So all the best for today. Thank you very much.